Foreign ministers gathered at NATO headquarters in Brussels in April, marking the 75th anniversary of the alliance. But the major celebration will be in Washington, D.C. this week, the city in which it all began. In the aftermath of World War II, leaders of 12 countries came together on April the 4th, 1949, and signed a treaty pledging collective self-defense across Europe and North America, the core of the pact, Article 5.
To consult together whenever the territory or independence of any of them is threatened.
The looming threat for decades was the Soviet Union. But even following its dissolution, the Russian invasion of Crimea 10 years ago signaled that the threat had not diminished. In fact, it escalated as Russia invaded Ukraine in February 2 years ago. Last month, President Biden reiterated total US support in a meeting with outgoing NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg.
Hello, everybody.
But Biden's predecessor was not as supportive, Donald Trump's praise of Russian President Vladimir Putin ringing alarm bells, which got louder when Trump called into question US support for Article 5.
But one of the heads of the country stood up and said, does that mean that if we don't pay the bills, that you're not going to protect us? I said, that's exactly what it means, exactly. I'm not going to protect you.
NATO operates on the suggestion, not demand, that each member allocates 2% of its gross national product to defense. Donald Trump's claim, first made while in office, that the US foots the bill and that the contribution from other members was shrinking, was and remains a lie. The defense spending of NATO members has increased each year since the Russian invasion of Crimea a decade ago.
The problem is not so much that he would pull the plug on NATO on day one, but the fact that in the event of a crisis, there will always be a doubt.
President Biden's stumbling performance in his first presidential debate with Donald Trump and dramatic drop in polling could have a major impact on NATO. The question of US election results will not be on the anniversary agenda, but it will be the one most privately discussed. Mike Hanna, Al Jazeera, Washington.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.